Hi, Amber Vilhauer here, your online business development expert. And during today's Fast Track video, I want to talk to you about a couple of things to do if you are on total information overload. Okay, so you know that feeling when you sit down at your computer and you just feel overwhelmed between looking at your giant to-do list, you look at your inbox, you're checking your phone, there's notifications coming in from everywhere, and you feel like you're losing that ability to just be in control of your day. If that sounds like you, you're going to love the tips that I have to share with you. Because the first thing is that you really have to develop this awareness of the problem. I know that there are times when I move through the day and I don't even know what's happening. I'm just almost on autopilot, just buzzing from one thing to the next. And so I've sort of conditioned myself to become aware of when I'm in information overload. And you almost feel like you're just being violated by noise and distraction and offers and everything else. So that's kind of a result of what happened with the digital age. So it's perfectly normal for you to feel that way. However, it's really important that you take active steps toward reducing that overwhelm and that feeling of overload, because at the end of the day, you're just not making progress in your business and it leaves you feeling dissatisfied and discouraged and frustrated. So the first thing that I would encourage you to do is clear out your inbox. Now, I have talked about this with so many clients in my website agency, you wouldn't even imagine. I've had people come to me that say they have anywhere from 1,000 emails, 10,000 emails, 16,000 emails in their inbox. And of course, that is going to at least subconsciously totally overwhelm you every time you sit down to check out your inbox. That is ridiculous. You have to stop the madness. So is it going to take time to clear that out? Yes, but what better thing could you be doing than taking care of your mental health and your well-being? So I want you to sit down and clear out all of that old clutter. Now, a couple of ways that you can do that. Number one is use the search box in your inbox and search on Facebook, and then you can select all and delete all of those hundreds of notifications that you've gotten. You can, search for LinkedIn, Wells Fargo bank statements, like anything that you know you tend to get a lot of emails. Search in bulk and mass delete. And so it might take you an hour, it might take you 3 hours, but I want you to get rid of all of those old emails. Just delete them, because the chances are of you going back and reading them are zero. Okay, it's hard enough staying on top of what's coming into our inbox today, let alone when are you going to find the time to go back and listen to all of those archived podcasts and all of those newsletters from the 15 million people that you're subscribed to, right? So the second thing is honestly start unsubscribing immediately, if not sooner. And this whole video is not just about email, so bear with me, but email is a big part of our problem of what's contributing to this feeling of just information overload and stress and overwhelm in our business. So if you need to take a little sabbatical from following all of these experts because you're trying to stay on top of trends, just unsubscribe and come back to them when you feel more in control and at a better internal pace in your business. So, I think you can still stay subscribed to a couple of people that are really giving you value week after week, but most people probably aren't. So let's just have you unsubscribe from all of those lists and make a nice little tidy list. And perhaps what you do instead is every Friday, you schedule in an hour. And during that hour, you're going to go to these 15 websites and look at their blog posts or watch videos or listen to their podcast and see what's new. But then otherwise, you're not constantly getting bombarded with notifications in your inbox, at least for a little bit until we can get you back on track. Another thing that I want to encourage you to do is carve out space for you to go through this thing right here. I want you to clear out all notifications. In fact, you can even go into your settings and you can turn off notifications. I know that on my iPhone, I get this little red circle with like the number 27 or 52 or 8. And every time I see that, it just jolts me somehow. It just makes me feel pressure. So I turned off all of my notifications, and now I will just regularly go in and check to see if there's anything new in my email or Facebook or whatever it is. But my phone isn't controlling me. I'm controlling when I go into the app and I'm in a good space to see what updates or notifications that I have. So I shut off all notifications there. You might even be a person that you go in and you only check email a couple of times a day, and you'll find that that kind of calms that stress and anxiety down. Whatever that is for you, you need to start implementing it. So far, we've talked about clearing out your inbox, stopping those notifications, unsubscribing from lists, even temporarily, and maybe looking at starting to schedule time to go in and look at updates. So you can schedule time even on a Friday to go in and start looking at the people that you want to follow, what's new on their websites, schedule time that you want to go in and check the updates on your phone, or even go into your email. Now, another thing that I want to encourage you to schedule is creative time. Because I have a feeling that's when you are happiest and most at peace within yourself. You are not at peace when you're thinking about all the things you have to do and the people you have to follow up with, and you're so behind and you don't have enough time. You probably feel most at peace within yourself when you are sitting down to create and you're thinking of ideas, and all of a sudden this different flow kind of comes into your body, and that is so crucial. People are losing touch with that. So I want you to do whatever it takes. If you have to schedule time, some people do it first thing in the morning, some people do it at the end of the day, some people don't schedule, some people do, but you have to carve out time every day to tap into that wonderful feeling, because it will carry you through the rest of your day when you're feeling a little bit more anxious. Now, another tip that I want to give you is to start taking more action and learn a little bit less. What I am noticing right now is a lot of business owners are spending so much time learning and looking at what other people are doing. And you're not taking enough time to actually take action inside of your own business. And that is definitely a balancing act, okay? You cannot be a learning junkie and then complain that you don't have enough income or feel stressed that you don't have the bigger following that you wanted, right? You cannot spend your time learning and then not getting results, right? So that is what happens. You need to have a balancing act of it. In fact, if I had to break it down, I definitely spend more time in action than I do in learning. I probably spend 80% of my time just taking action and only 20% of my time learning, doing market research or going to conferences, keeping up with blogs and trends. So don't worry, that stuff will always be there. And when you have less time to focus on learning, you actually get more efficient at it. You stop following everybody and start following the people that actually make a difference in shifting your perspective or teaching you what you need to know to be successful. So it's more focused, better learning, as opposed to just kind of aimlessly wandering around and you're subscribed to too much stuff. And if you spend 80% of your time taking action, making those videos, updating your website content, writing content, whatever it is, that's where you need to spend most of your time. And I promise that is going to help with this sense of information overload, anxiety, overwhelm. And the last thing that I want to encourage you to look at is, even temporarily, why don't you dial back how much time you are on social media? Because look, no judgment, we've all been there, where all of a sudden you look down and 45 minutes has gone by because what? You've been looking at what other people have been doing. Focus on you right now. Focus on getting rid of some of this stress and having more joy and creating more and getting rid of all of those distractions that are just making things more painful for you. And I promise, if you start to adopt some of these ideas, it will absolutely transform your environment, the way that you feel. It's probably going to even have effects that you wouldn't even think about. Like, you'll be able to be more present with your family and enjoy that time. You'll be sleeping better. So it's all really about balance. And I wanted to spend today's video not talking about website conversion and content marketing strategies and how to make more sales, because those things can only happen as a byproduct of getting you in the right place and getting rid of this sense of information overload. If you found this video to be helpful, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified when future videos like this become available. I would love your help in making a comment below and letting me know what was the tip that you found most valuable and what are you going to commit to doing in your business moving forward as a result of this video. If you feel like other people would value from this information, and they definitely will, please share this on your social media page or on your website or to your email list, because I really want to impact more people and help to shift this anxiety that we're all feeling. So help me with that. And until the next video, I just want you to remember, no guts, no glory. Thanks a lot.